O'Neill Ozark, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now today, this is be a new series. Is What if Deku was a murder drone? From the series Murder Drones. I know I only have one episode right now, or the pilot, but I think it's so good. I'm gonna make a series on it. The series is it's gonna be like a anti-hero. It is not a villain or a hero. He's gonna have his own agenda in mind. Our story starts off with All for One. Says Dr. Ojiko. Yes, master. The Nomos are not working. I need a biological weapon. Wait, change that. Well, a robot. A robot, sir. I don't mention robots. Find someone that does. Let's guess what. The Nomos are not working. They have not been doing what they've been supposed to doing. So find someone that can make robots. We're gonna be trying that. It's like, alright, master. So he starts looking for a mechanic. He finds one on the dark web. He says, hey, I can build a robot, but it's gonna cost you a lot of money. How much? 25 won. Bruh, that's expensive. 1,000 won. Okay, no disrespect prices. I have a boss that can give and take away quirks. If he gives you a quirk, will that satisfy you? He says, yeah, sure. He starts building the drone, and it looks exactly like this. He names it Deku. Why Deku? You know that means useless, right? Yeah, but it sounds more cool. Alright. He's like, where's my quirk? Alfred grabs his head and blows it up. It's like, Dr. Ochiko, what is this? Like, this is the robot. He made it. And here's the activation switch. He activates the robot. It activates. It says, my name, enter. Is Izuku Midoriya, aka Deku. Why Izuku Midoriya? Because that guy's name was Sasashi Midoriya, and they had a miscarriage. It was gonna name his son Izuku Midoriya. He kept talking about him. So, since you killed him, I thought it'll be fitting. Dr. Oksho, you have a funny humor. Alright, Izuku Midoriya, your mission is to kill one my enemy, All Might, and take one for all from his corpse. Do you understand? And by the way, guys, I forgot to tell you, the person gonna be getting one for all is Bakugo, because they never met. Because the Duke Midoriya died in birth. Yeah, I'm a funny man. Anyways, he says, yes, master, I shall kill him. This voice is gonna sound more better. This is just a prototype version of him. This is the beginning of the USJ, because this will be a time skip. It says, time to kill. He says claws ready, and he gets the phase 2, activate. Activation complete. Time to murder. He goes out there. The first person to see is Kirishima. He uses it hardening, but his ejector goes inside of him and injects him with a poison. Also getting rid of his quirk, not permanently, for a few minutes. And also being able to slash him. Bakugo tries to explode him, but he dodges and almost cuts off his arm. Uraraka tries to float him in the air, but he's just doing to fly and grab her in air and drop her. She touched herself in time, but it hurt her back. Manana, he tried to run away, but the bot killed him instantly. Him dying by slinging his throat. And like, Manetta, no! Ida tried to kick him in the head, but he dodges and almost cuts off one of his legs. It's like, you humans are weak. You cannot parry me. He starts fighting everyone. So you try using your tongue to grab him. He's able to dodge it before he can cut it off. Then he kind of another shocks him, damaging his circuits. He's like, you will pay for that. he transfers his arm into a cannon and shoots it, and then kind of knocking him out. Mariam also tried to hit him with a metal pipe, not that kind of pipe, like a bow staff, whatever it's called. She hits him in the head, but it didn't do anything. He grabs it and stabs her in the chest, not killing her, but knocking her out. All Might comes says, "I am here," and he says, "What happened?" He sees Aizawa damaged by the Nomus, Shigaraki decaying him, and robifying the students. Todoroki was able to freeze half of the Nomu, and Baku was able to destroy the brain. I was like, "No, that's cheating!" Deku, "Yes, master." "Kill this brat." "Alright." He goes out to Bakugo and stabs him, but he realizes he has one for all, by the sense of using it. One for all. He turns his arm to a metal detector, and he stabs it into Bakugo, trying to drain Offborn out of him by forcing it out. Bakugo says, "Get off me, you nerd!" blowing up half his circuits, damaging him a lot. He says, "You will pay for that," and stabs him with an ejector again, injecting a different kind of venom into him, paralyzing him. Before he can do the finishing job, Todoroki freezes him, and then uses his fire against his own volition because he didn't want Bakugo to die yet. And guess what? After he froze one part of him, he burned the other half, damaging him to the point and he had to go back to the first form. First form back to force form back to active. Repeating sex. Good time to retreat. This battle is not worth it. He slashes at Todoroki's face, giving him a new scar and kicking him away. Mako tries to blow him up, but guess what? He uses his legs to kick him in the face, breaking his jaw. Shigaraki tries to the DK Aizawa finish him off, but gets shot in the shoulder, in the legs, and the chest by Snipe. Nero's arrived and uses his arm to deflect one of the bullets, save Shigaraki's life from getting hit in the head. So he says it's time to retreat. They retreat. A few months later, it's time for the Stain arc. Azuka Midoriya and Shigaraki were looking on the building. Master Shigaraki, this plan will not work. If you release multiple Nomus into the city, it will cause more chaos, but will be more suspicious. This will not do nothing but make the heroes more suspicious of all for one. It's like, shut up, you AI hunk of junk. Don't tell me what to do. I'll disintegrate you. He says, "Yes, master." He released multiple Nomus into the city. And you're probably asking, what have you been doing? They've been looking up All For One and trying to find out what the road was. And Bakugo has becoming a better person after Todoroki told him about his story. He's actually becoming a more better person. Yeah, and Azuka Midoriya, he's been starting to get a consciousness. Like he remembers a past life. Guess what? Guess what? His father told him it was Estelle, but he was lying. He thought it was Estelle, but it was not. They actually found this out a few years ago when the world was working for him. They found he was lying about it, and he had a son, and decided to put the son's corpse. They killed him and put his corpse inside the body, transforming his soul into the body. Make sure it's more effective as an AI. He's been slowly giving his consciousness and sometimes denying his orders. Back to the story. You see Ida and Todoroki and Bakugo fighting against Stain. You see Asuka Midoriya watching from distance. Second form activate. Second form's activated. He goes down to Stain and slashes him up. He eats Ida an ejector, ejecting into his body, paralyzing him again. Not getting no go. Todoroki tries to use his fire, melt him, but he was able to dodge and hit him in the head. Malco was able to blow a part of his face off. A bunch of rotting flesh came out of him. It's like, what the? Deku? It's like, it's time to die, human. He hits him with his ejector. Like, in the neck. Going through him. He finally killed him. Stain tried to slash him on the ground, but he was able to dodge and kill Stain instantly by taking one of his arms into a blade and stabbing him through the chest. Who are you? You're deaf. Once he pulled out the knife, I was saying he stabbed him in the head. He's falling on the ground. That's what the heroes come. Endeavor. And Zulu turns his hand into an AK-47 and starts shooting at him. He gets hit multiple times and almost dies. Blue starts shooting at him and he flies away. Someone points out the Stain instead that a robot killed him. And they call this robot Overlord. It's like, damn you increased piece of junk! He tries to decay him, but he almost cuts his hand off. It's like, machine, calm down. You know the rules. Do not attack young master. I understand. 2 months later, they get new recruits. They get a kid in with interesting burn marks and black hair, and they get a young schoolgirl. It's like, and this one, he says this is he calls himself Dobby, and this is the girl named Himiko Toga. I think they'll be good assets to the League of Villains in their projects. He's like, Toga says, wait, are you the robot guy that killed Mr. Staney? Like, yes. Why? He tries to stab her, but he knocks the knife out of her hands and puts it on the table while killing her or harming her. You want something that's able to come off guard. No one's been able to do that. I think these will be good use assets to master. Like, I don't like them at all. They always talk about Stain. Why so Stain so freaking aborted? Why not me? I'm the star of the show. Why do you always want to talk about Stain? Get out now! Alright. Come back later. He will make up his mind. He's like, alright. They both leave. A few days later, Shigeru says, I need them to make my army. I need people. Fine! Let's make a group. If they mess with me, I will kill both of them. Do you understand? And we need more members to the League of Villains. They had a few more villains named Mustard, Muscular, Two-Face, Black Mask, and Bane. You villains? Yes. Two-Face is just flipping his coins like, why did you hire us? I hired you to raid a camp of young students and heroes. We're gonna burn it down to the ground. Everyone starts laughing except for Zugu. He's laughing in the AI voice. Aha. At the USJR. And guess what? That's what we living off. Guess what? I'm gonna leave you on a cliffhanger. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. And goodbye.